It doesn't matter what day of the week it is. It could be a Monday, a Wednesday, a Friday, a Saturday, a Sunday, any day of the week. There's always one thing going down on Cruise Control, buddy, and that is a lot of breaking news. Come on. All right, the very first thing that I want to talk about right now is Beetlejuice, 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 because Beetlejuice is just hitting the airwaves right now. People are going nuts about this. They got a 4-minute standing ovation at its premiere. Everyone's saying it's great, 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 great. And it's better than the original. They're saying it's better than the original. All the cast excited, the reviews are coming in. It's doing great on Rotten Tomatoes. Like, it's like in the 78%, something like that right now. So they're saying this movie is good. And people were asking where Alec Baldwin's not there, or Gina Davis, but Tim Burton came forward and said that there just wasn't a spot for them in this movie. And he said that just, he was doing a different kind of storyline, and so he didn't need them in the movie. Not that, Alec Baldwin was problematic shooting guns and being arrested, no, but the fact that it wasn't meant for the storyline. So overall, it is doing great. I know Ron's excited about this too. I'll get to Ron here in a second. But a lot of great reviews about this. A lot of great reviews I'm very excited to see. And it's a big win for WB, but a big loss for FWB as Michael Kruse, a state suing WB. That's right, they're suing them. And John Wells, producer, came forward and said this is a betrayal, a personal betrayal, because WB is producing a project called The Pit. And The Pit is very much like what they're saying is ER. So there was an idea that ER was going to happen again. They're going to reboot series with WB and the estate of Michael Crichton. But then on top of that, it fell through. It didn't work out. And now they said that they're actually making this Pit, but it's just the ER. That's what the estate's saying. It's just ER. Like, what are you doing? You're just trying to rip us off. And they're saying it's not like ER. It's not kind of ER. It's not sort of ER. It is ER with the executive producer, writer, star, production company, studio, and network plan for the ER reboot. So this is going to legal battle right now. What will happen? Let's wait and find out. But insiders are saying that it is a little different, but at the same point, it is the same characters, same emergency room situation, same story. So they might be just ripping them off overall. But you know what? We'll have to wait and find out, because lawsuits are freaking tough. Look at what Joey Lawrence is going through right now. He finally stepped forward about what happened with his divorce. And he said he takes a deep sense of responsibility. He wants to respond to these allegations that he was having an affair. That's what came out this week, that he was having an affair. That's why the marriage actually fell apart. And he said that's not the case at all. There were claims he was in an affair with Melina Elves, who was his co-star on his new Christmas movie. But he said, no, that did not happen. We're understanding each other. We understood where we're coming from in our lives. We're friends. Nothing ever happened physically. And he said that he was clinging to the hope that he could save his relationship, but in his heart he knew that it was beyond saving his short 2-year relationship, and it had insurmountable, I fucked up again this week, guys, insurmountable differences. So that's why they couldn't come together. He also said that his daughters didn't see her as their mother, and that caused more problems, and he's there for his daughters more than that. So it's very unfortunate, Joey. I hope you're gonna be okay, man. Hope you're gonna be okay, because with marriages and relationships, it's tough. Look at this Star Trek writer, everybody. Oh my God, sexual assault case again here in the business. Robert Orci, who was a writer on Star Trek, actually, his wife came forward, in Transformers as well. His wife came forward and said that he was beating her and sexually assaulting her constantly. Adele Heather Taylor, his wife, who was an actor on The Blacklist, Hail Caesar, and more, she said he was bipolar, an alcoholic, and would fly into violent rages, and on top of that would call her a slut and a whore, and would drag her around the house and beat her, leaving bruises all over her body. Fuck. And then on top of that, he would say that she'd like to be raped, and he would rape her always. So I mean, like, I don't know what kind of marriage this is, but it's nothing fucking good. It sounds like something straight out of the playbook of Vince McMahon, because Vince McMahon, everybody, was of course shitting on girls. Talked about that a long time ago. Defecating on women, and then abusing them in order to move ahead his business plans. But Netflix is making a docuseries about this. September 25th, it's dropping, man. You can find all about Vince McMahon's rise to fame, from being a commentator to taking over his dad's business to shitting on women. And it's just very unfortunate. I just think this whole thing is fucked up. You know something like Vince McMahon, if you're a wrestling fan, you see what he was doing for the business, what he did for sports entertainment, and then you hear about the shit going on behind the scenes. Like, allegations, they're allegations, everybody, but at the end of the day, it just sounds like something his storyline would do, like his character on TV, and to me, it feels like it's probably real. It's probably real, everybody. I don't know. But he does kind of look like the... What was that, GR?
It's still alleged.
It's alleged. It's alleged. It's alleged. I mean, again, we talked about this multiple times in the show, because all these allegations kept coming forward. Multiple women, of course, the one came forward saying that he was having her toss her around, like Brock Lesnar was having sex with her too, and then like John Laurinaitis having sex with her, Vince McMahon was having. It's just wild, and so she keep her job. I mean, It's weird. It's a weird part of the business, everybody. We don't like it. We hate it on Cruise Control, but we got to bring it up every once in a while because you got to know that this shit happens behind closed doors. And unfortunately, you got to be safe and you got to take care of yourself because there's some like
of 4 better guys to talk about it.
Right? It really is. It really is. So Brandon, about this thing, man, it's just a fucking lot. And when this came out more and more, I'm like, it blew my mind. I know we just kept talking about like, how can this be reality? But this happens. Abuse of power, Brandon. It's abuse of power. It happens on set. And it doesn't get talked about a lot of times. And it gets buried and pushed aside.
No, that doesn't happen in our business.
No, never. But I tell you what, when Vince McMahon takes his shirt off, he kind of looks like the Thing, everybody. I don't know, because he's getting pretty freaking rocky. But when this new picture came out for the Thing from Fantastic Four, everyone's going nuts. They're saying, is this it? Is it just practical effects, or are they put CG on top of it? There's always people like going crazy, wondering. And I'll tell you this might be a great practical like suit they're going to use for this project. I hope it is. I hope that's what this is. It could be a stand-in. People are saying this is not a fucking stand-in thing. I've worked as a stand-in. A stand-in does not wear this kind of outfit. This is either the actor or a double. This is not a stand-in. And on top of that, they might use some special effects on top of it, but it's pretty fucking dope. I think it's pretty cool. So hopefully when this does come out, we'll get more answers. But our very first sneak peek right there of the Thing rocketing out for the new Fantastic Four first steps. And that's a reboot I want to see. Unlike Scrubs. Guys, Scrubs reboot. How many seasons we do this shit? We did enough. We saw enough. We saw it all play out. You know, we gave up at the end. But you know, Zach Braff came forward and said, guys, I'm going to tell you something that nobody else is going to tell you right now. And he's saying this to the Hollywood Entertainment Tonight. He says, Scrubs is a Disney show, but Bill Lawrence has a Warner Brothers deal. But now those two are companies that are working together. And so I think this is going to happen. Actually, I know it's going to happen. And then Bill Lawrence came forward and said, too, that he has an idea for a series. Not a movie, but a series. He wants to do a series of more Scrubs moving forward, and the cast might come back. So maybe a revival more than a reboot. But, you know, it's still, nobody wants to see this. Looks like everybody wants to see, maybe nobody wants to see this, a new show coming forward on Netflix. I worked on this, so I want to just talk about this briefly. Netflix dropped the official trailer for Nobody Wants to See This. It's got Kristen Bell and Adam Brody. I worked for Adam Brody on this show. That's why I had the beard. I grew the beard for working for Adam Brody for this. So a round of applause for the beard. That is now gone. If you're wondering what it's about, it's dropping on Netflix, but it's an agnostic podcast host and an unconventional rabbi fall in love together. That's pretty much it. And it's really fun. It's got some fun jokes, and it's actually a great time. So I can't wait to see the actual project come out there. Drop in September 26th. Get ready for that. That's not surprising. People want to see that. People did not want to see The Acolyte, though. Hence, The Acolyte was canceled. Hence, when Amanda comes forward saying she wasn't shocked, it's because she said the fans were racist, and the fans were prejudiced, and the fans were mad at her and didn't even watch the show. People watch the show, Amanda. People watch the show. I know a lot of people that watch the show. They just didn't like the show. And unfortunately, when you don't like the show, it gets canceled. It's clobbering time, Queen, for the fucking Acolyte to be canceled. When you hate a show, when it doesn't do numbers, when people are mad about it, it gets canceled. And unfortunately, they were trying to go into a whole different thing about the Force. It's called a string. It's not the Force. This is nerd shit where you get mad. This is when nerds get mad. The Force is the Force. The Force is the fucking Force. That's all I gotta say. Brandon, did you see The Acolyte at all?
I didn't watch it, no.
A lot of people didn't watch it.
I'm part of the problem.
hey, you know, the thing is, though, the problem is it wasn't marketed right. I don't think. On top of that, you had Harvey Weinstein's assistant making the whole thing, so people were actually turning it off just because of that. They were like, we don't want anything attached to Harvey Weinstein. That was a problem. And then there was a lot of stuff of changing lore, and that causes problems. It just does. People get mad. The fan base is what makes Star Wars thrive, right? I think. I don't know. I feel like people should just, stop being like, oh, it's because they're racist against me. Maybe just look at the storyline. But maybe there is some of that too. There's a lot of fucking hate on the internet too. There's a lot of hate, unfortunately. And I hate to say that, but it's very true. But you got to deal with that hate just like Ice-T deals with that hate by telling these people where to go. So Ice-T was out there and he was getting confronted about how Law and Order SVU is becoming very woke. And so he told people that he's telling his fans off that it's woke. It should be canceled. He goes, what the fuck is woke? LOL, like I give a fuck. And then somebody else came after him and said, tearing down my John Wayne statues and forcing me to erect a Spider-Man fountain that sprays gay beer on my lawn that turns into AstroTurf. Apparently that's what they think about SVU. And he just said, that sounds dope. Fuck John Wayne. I love John Wayne, man, but you know what? GR doesn't like that shit. GR's a big John Wayne fan over there. Where's that cowboy at, GR?
It's in the closet.
That was the big problem. Like,
With no hair, it won't stay on my head right.
Yeah, they won't stay in your head.
you know what the problem was on the show that people thought it was quote unquote too woke? SVU.
I know.
Yeah.
They just said it's an overall. All the arcs are just becoming woke. That's what they were saying. Like every arc, every storyline is woke, and I think it's again bringing in, different characters and different backgrounds, and people are getting mad about. Which unfortunately, I mean, this is a show about like crime of the week, and it could be anybody causing the crime of the week, right? So like, why are we arguing about who that is? You have the same people solving the crimes. I don't know.
I agree.
But I think he did it, he did it in his Ice-T way. He kind of slapped him across the face and then continued forward. Ron's laughing about it. Ron knows. He metaphorically just bitch slapped the people and move forward, right?
Absolutely.
And sometimes that's all it takes. And you just go, hey.
He did his best. He didn't get in politics, And
No, that's what he said too. He says he doesn't like doing politics, so that's not for me. That's not what I'm going to do in this situation. So good for him, A person that would probably joke about all this, though, would be Nikki Glazer at the Golden Globes, because she is hosting the Golden Globes, the 82nd Golden Globes, on Sunday, January 5th on CBS, streaming on Paramount Plus as well in U.S. territories. So if you want to check this out, she's very excited. She says she's absolutely thrilled to be hosting the Golden Globes. It's one of my favorite nights on television. Actually, I think I like to host it from the stage, not from the audience, as I did before. And she said she's hoping to make fun of a lot of people. Hopefully take it well, because one person not taking it well is Tom Hanks, because Tom Hanks again has an AI ad out, everybody. Why is this the second time this happened to Tom Hanks? He had the dental one, and now he has the medical ads coming out. I'm like, he must be just pissed off. Like, they're like, stop AIing Tom Hanks, everybody. He goes, don't be fooled, he tells the internet. Don't be fooled, don't be swindled, don't lose your hard-earned money on these assholes. He didn't say assholes, I say assholes. But there are multiple ads on the internet where they're falsely using his name, likeness, and voice, promoting miracle cures and wonder drugs. Yeah, snake oils. So, don't leave Tom Hanks alone. A lot of breaking news, everybody. A lot of breaking news. I can't believe Tom Hanks getting fucking attacked like this all the time.
Yeah.
All the time. This is the second time.
Of all people.
Well, he's trustworthy. That's why they're using him.
Well, they saw his new movie coming out, the Here movie, where he's de-aged, and like, hey, we can just freaking piggyback off that, and people will think maybe it's an ad for the movie, maybe, or maybe they'll think it's kind of cool. I don't know. You see the trailer for that, Brandon, at all?
Which one? No, I didn't know he had
It's called Here. It's by Zemeckis, and it's going back and like they show a house, but it goes like through like the 1800s to present day, and they show like all the stories in that house that have gone through that time. It takes place over like 200 years or something like that, and a big part of it though is the storyline of Tom Hanks and his wife, and their story of them like first meeting, falling in love in that house, having kids, growing old. That whole premise looks actually really good. And it's
movie like that, like the Shrug Atlas or whatever it was called. Or who was that?
That was Cloud Atlas. That was Tom Hanks too. That was great.
It's like the same thing though, kind of.
It kind of is. I love Cloud Atlas, but it's kind of the same thing. This is more focused on like it focuses on their storyline the most. So I think, based off the trailer, I guess we'll have to see. It is a Forrest Gump reunion because it's him and Jenny. Let me go and blank on her name.
Nice.
I'm going blank on her name. Anybody got her name out there in the chat? I'm going blank on her name. Robin Wright. Fuck yeah, Robin Wright Penn. Yeah, it's fantastic. Fantastic. Great president, too. She was a great president for the one season she had. But a lot of breaking news, everybody. A lot of breaking news.
Yo, player, if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe and hit the bell to be notified when we are live. And if you are able to join our Patreon, please join. Because the Pepestar needs more snickety snacks. Because I'm hungry. Holla back. Love y'all.